elsewhere around conference in this rivalry Friday, it's Concordia at Wayne. It's the Battle of the Bishops. It's the totem pole bout between Northside and Southside. And finally, it's Northrop at Snyder as Northrop looks to knock off the Panthers for the first time in forever. Were you the quarterback the last time?
Yeah, I was 0 for 3 against Snyder in my era. They were that good, of course.
All right, time for the coin toss now. We don't have the officials mic'd up quite yet, so we'll see who will get things to start. First, for Neon Nation, the student section for Carroll, they're not wearing neon tonight. Instead, it's a blackout theme for them. The rest of the supporters, for the most part, wearing blue, filling their side of the bleachers, and across the way, a smattering of blue and gold. For the Homestead fans, their students actually also with a blackout theme tonight also.
Well, they got the tip, and instead has deferred. So we got Carroll off first tonight.
Doug Dinan earlier this week, and for that matter, his counterpart, Chad Solman, with Homestead, both very business-like. Coach Dinan saying he feels like his team of those really challenging non-conference games that they had to begin their season at Hamilton Southeastern and against Center Grove. That they learned lessons tonight, looking to be physical, and definitely a lot of respect for Homestead's athleticism.
And I tell you, they've got a good kicker as well. He was out of sight last week there at home. Knipscher is his name, and he's got a big, strong leg, and this one's probably going to go through the end zone.
Yep, Henry Knipscher, a 5'11" senior, teeing it up at the 40-yard line on the left side of the field as we see it. 12 minutes on the clock.
One of these teams' hopes is 48 minutes away from being down.
And everyone just about set to go here for Week 7, rivalry week in the SAC. And a couple of local 6A powers. Knipscher on his tippy toes, now charges the ball and boots it with the right foot. It sails into the end zone, landing on the G of Chargers, a touchback, as now the Carroll offense comes out onto the field for the first time tonight.
I think they ought to start thinking about in the high school moving the kickoffs back maybe to the 35, because the high school kickers nowadays are all getting it somewhere near 5 deep.
It has been quite the evolution in the sport, really at all levels, from the NFL down to college and even here in high school. Got that crowd mic down as low as possible, so we're going to have to continue to try to tinker with that. So it's Gabe Freisinger and the Carroll offense out there, and on first down, it's a handoff to Billy Lauer going left, picks up a few. And 2nd and 8 coming up for Carroll.
Yeah, they're going to, if Carroll can get some type of a running game tonight against this Homestead defense, it's going to be the better part for them, because then their play action sets in.
On 2nd and 8, the lefty back to pass, angling left, throws along the sideline, and his pass is caught in bounds. Nice grab by Mason Bauman, the 6-foot senior, for a first one across the 40.
Yeah, that was a nice grab by Mason. And again, he's another kid that can do the job, even though Van Pelt is their number one guy.
So Jackson Rhodes in the backfield to the left of Freisinger. He gets the snap, shoveling it forward, ball loose, and Homestead claims it. However, it's ruled an incomplete pass. He was attempting to pitch it forward, and so it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that when you advance the ball forward from the quarterback, either overhand or underhand, it will be an incompleted pass. But right there, Homestead had actually a chance to pick it off, and the defender dropped it.
So with 11:19 on the first quarter clock, 2nd and 10 from the 42, left hash, quick zip over to the left sideline. Pass is caught by Logan Heath, who's ushered out of bounds just shy of midfield. And it's Carroll going right to left here to open things up. Clock stopping with 11:14 showing, so 46 seconds through. This is 3rd and 2, and the ball now is marked exactly at midfield. And a timeout called by Homestead as they might have had 12 guys out there.
Yeah, I think they want to get themselves set up for different personnel grouping.
14 to go in this first quarter.
Because it's a big 3rd and 2 here as Homestead is trying to get themselves in a position to get the stop. And Carroll came out in a formation I don't think Homestead defensively was ready to defend, as Carroll came out in a kind of a power I backfield and looking to potentially run this football on 3rd and 2. And this is where they've had some trouble this year, is being able to convert the 3rd downs via the running game. And I think that's going to be the key component here tonight.
Yeah, we heard Coach Dinan, one of the first things he said looking at this matchup was the importance of being physical. And so early on, this is going to be a test.
Yeah, and they've got a club that can play that way, and sometimes you got to force it on them, and this is one way to do it by loading up the backfield and playing a little smash mouth.
So 3 in the backfield behind Freisinger as the junior hands it off right side, Asher Wagoner, and he muscles his way forward for about 5 yards, a first down, and then a few.
Yeah, the Anthony Fields, the linebacker, actually missed the tackle in the backfield as Homestead was in great position to actually get a stop on a negative yard play. And they were able to break the tackle and showed his physicality and got the enough yardage for the first down.
So 1 minute through, it's Carroll in blue driving right to left. Ball at the left hash. Again, 3 in the backfield. Freisinger drops back. Now he launches it deep down the field, and it's caught in stride by Jaden Van Pelt, who then is tackled at around the 1 yard line. Ball popped loose, but it's ruled not a fumble down at the 1. So a big gainer right there of 44 yards through the air. Jaden Van Pelt, the speedy 5'11 senior wide receiver, being recruited by Mac Schools, showcasing his ability on the connection with Freisinger.
Yeah, great throw by Freisinger as he was under pressure and he just kind of lofted it up, and Van Pelt was able to run underneath it.
Just over a minute into this game.
3 behind Freisinger, who takes the snap, hands it off, right side of the line. It's a touchdown for Carroll.
Carroll strikes first.
Asher Wagoner in for 6. And less than 90 seconds into this game, it's the Chargers on the board first.
Yeah, they played a little smash mouth there on the goal line, was able to get the big fella in the end zone.
44-yard completion on that short drive for Carroll.
So now it's Corbin Dempsey out for the point after try, and with his right leg, knocks it through. 7-0. Carroll has the lead with 10:37 to go here in the opening quarter. What'd you make of that first drive for the Chargers?
They did the right thing there. They got the first down, and they kept the same personnel and said, hey, let's go for a shot here to their best receiver. Freisinger's been throwing the ball well all season long and did a nice job there getting the completion to Van Pelt down to the 1. And lo and behold, 7 plays later, the Chargers have a 7-0 lead.
So with studio producer Austin Fox, Shannon Griffith to my left, John Nolan, thanks for joining us here on this Friday night. Northwest Allen County rivalry week around the SAC. And we've got coverage for you all the way up until 11 o'clock tonight, including with the Kester's post-game show tonight live at the Pine Valley Pizza Hut. 10:37 to go in the opening quarter, 7-0. Carroll leading Homestead. So Corbin Dempsey, after making the extra point, will now kick things off from the 40-yard line on the right side. He approaches the ball and boots it end over end as it lands in between the L's in the left side of the end zone and through the end zone. A touchback, so just like his counterpart, showcasing the leg strength.
Yeah, like I said, I think they need to look at moving the moving that kickoff back 5 yards so that they can give opportunities to return kicks.
Here as the sun is setting, it's a hot But beautiful night for football. Here in October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so along with the blue and golds in the crowd, also some pink. And on first down for Homestead, it's a first down completion. Logan Frieden passing it across the middle. And it's caught by Liam Moore. The senior scored a couple of touchdowns last week, and that moves the chains for Homestead up to the 36 as they go left to right. So Frieden, with a back to his left, standing at the 31, receives the snap, quickly tosses it to the right side. Screen pass that's dropped, incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming from the 36 for Homestead.
Yeah, that was a chance for them to get some yardage there, and they tried to run for it before he secured the ball.
Carter Kennedy, standout wide receiver for Homestead, lines up to the right. There's 2 receivers each side of the line with 10-12 to go in the first quarter. It's Frieden back to pass. The junior now steps up and runs across the 40, gets barreled over there. It'll be 3rd down and manageable for Homestead.
Yeah, that's one thing he did pretty well last week is, take it down and get what he could, not taking a sack, and he did a nice job there doing the same thing.
Yeah, I heard from Evan Brubaker, the senior defensive lineman for Carroll, that they are well prepared this week for those QB draws. 3rd and 3 from the 43 for Homestead, trailing 7-0. About 2:20 into this game. Snap. Looking to throw, nothing there, and he goes down. Moved forward, but it'll be 4th down for Homestead. 4th and 3 on the board.
Evan Brubaker got in. We got a great sack on that time there, and Homestead takes a 3 and out. And Carroll's looking to take a commanding lead here with the second drive of the night coming up.
Yeah, Brubaker was all business when he was talking with Wayne 15 leading up to what many would consider to be the matchup of the week here in the area. Knipscher, who had the kickoff before, now punting from his 33. And it's a fair catch called for by Jaden Van Pelt, who had the big catch on Carroll's first drive. And so he fair catches that at the 22. 7-0 Chargers over the Spartans. 8:52 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, this will be a good drive to see if Homestead can get them in a position to get 3 and out, because what they don't want to have happen is let Carroll take another drive down the field on them and not giving up the big play. That's what kills you. Big plays and turnovers will kill you.
Yeah, and last week Homestead's offense took a while to really get rolling, but
yeah, once
they were able to afford that against a Snyder team that didn't have its best performance.
No, that is a correct statement. It was I never saw the performance by a Snyder team like that. So Homestead took fully advantage of it, did what the good teams do.
So 7-0 Carroll with the lead and the ball now going right to left. And on first down, it's a toss onto the right side. A screen pass caught by Logan Heath, and the senior churns forward for a few with 8:40 to go and quarter one. 2nd and 7 after a gain of 3. And a Homestead player is down right now, so an injury stoppage. Fortunately for the Spartans, they have several guys out here at this juncture of the season.
Yeah, they can't afford to take another one here.
Again, Michael White at quarterback, then even a couple of regular starters on defense, including Nate Lynch out here tonight. And at the moment, it's Sam Markle, junior linebacker. Athletic trainers offering help over near the Homestead sideline. Did you catch anything there?
No, I didn't. I didn't see what happened, but, those are the type of injuries that you get rolled up on, or maybe he got got blocked late and didn't see it coming. He's moving. I just think it's one of those things. He may have got the wind knocked out of him, because that's kind of how they're acting like there on the sideline.
And glad to see him up on his feet now. With 8:36 on the first quarter clock, it's Carroll leading Homestead 7-0. Holmes only had Luke Goody at quarterback.
Yeah.
And in 2021, they met in the postseason as well. So it's a 5-game winning streak in the series for the Chargers. This one, of course, predating their time in the SAC. Back to the NHC. On 2nd and 7 after the injury stoppage, another pass and a completion and a first down. Toss to Harrison Shealy, the junior, with the grab out towards the 34-yard line.
Yeah, Freisinger, there's one thing about that kid he's improved on ton, is getting the ball in and out of his hands, just like there.
Quick trigger. So now on 1st and 10, it's a handoff to Jackson Rhodes, who's tripped up.
Yeah, he was a little too quick there on that type of play. He needs to let his lineman get out in front of him, and he kind of burst through there at an early pace. So now 2nd and long here for Homestead to get him to 3rd down.
Yeah, say it's 2nd and 10 from the 33. Carroll up 7-0, under 8 to go first quarter. Take the handoff. Now a deep pass down the field for Van Pelt, and he makes the catch at the 18. And he's all alone, backpedaling into the end zone on the far side for another Chargers touchdown. And Carroll leads at 13-0 with 7:42 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, it was another great throw, even through double coverage, and was able to run under it. The only thing there that he almost got flagged for was unsportsmanlike as he turned around and walked in the end zone backwards, per se. And I'm surprised they didn't throw the flag there. But an excellent play and an excellent catch.
Yeah, arguably unnecessarily taunting his opponent. That's a 67-yard touchdown for Carroll. And now Corbin Dempsey with his 2nd extra point. And it's true blue for the Chargers. 14-0. Carroll with the lead. Breaking the action. You're listening to the Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
When injury strikes, turn to Parkview Ortho Express. Specializing in orthopedic care for all injuries, we provide high-quality urgent care for sprains, breaks, tears, joint pain, and more. With 2 convenient locations in Fort Wayne and Huntington, we offer quick and reliable orthopedic services Monday through Friday. No referrals or appointments needed. Call 260-266-4007 or visit parkview.com for details. Parkview Ortho Express. Expert care when you need it most.
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
14-0 Carroll leading.
14-0 Carroll with a quick start against Homestead. Here, SAC rivalry week, still 7:42 left in the first quarter. See now how the Spartans can.
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
One to the left here for Freedom gets the snap.
Here at Twilight at Carroll, it's Homestead ball in white going left to right, and they put it on the ground, or they hand it off here on the ground on 1st and 10 from their 16, only get a yard. It's 14-0, Carroll with the lead. So far, a rushing touchdown and then a bomb of a touchdown pass from Gabe Freisinger to Jaden Van Pelt, who had a big catch leading up to the rushing touchdown as well. 2nd and 9, Logan Frieden fires it to the far sideline, and it's broken up, incomplete. So 3rd and 9 now from their own 17.
Yeah, they got to get themselves back into the mix of things offensively, as they're just not in rhythm right now against this Carroll team.
How do they get in rhythm?
Well, they need to, they're trying with the short passes and things like that, but they've had drops. That's one thing. Don't drop them.
Okay, not even 5 minutes into this game yet, but it feels like a critical 3rd and 9 for Homestead. Frieden takes the snap. He's got some pressure rolling to his right. Lets it go, and it's intercepted at the 20, and it's a pick 6. Henry Scholl, the sophomore, extends the Carroll lead to 20-0 with 6:52 to go in the first quarter.
The wheels have completely fallen off on the Homestead Spartans, who played so well a week ago, not making turnovers, have now
on the side.
Giving up 21 straight points to Carroll, and 7 of them were by their help.
So, yeah, they're rolling right and throwing near the Carroll sideline. And Scholl had to go right into his chest, and there was no one in front of him to take it back.
10-0 already, including a defensive touchdown. Here comes Dempsey for the 3rd time already.
And the extra point now is good.
It is good.
To make it 21-0 Carroll. And a break in the action. You're listening to the Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Even though H&K Chevrolet is new to New Haven, they're hardly new to the business, founding their first dealership in Continental Ohio in 1960. H&K is pleased to make the New Haven location the 3rd in the H&K family of dealerships. H&K has a large selection, competitive prices, outstanding customer service, and a transparent buying experience for your new Chevrolet or quality pre-owned vehicle. H&K Chevrolet honors GM employee and supplier pricing on all new Chevrolets. See their inventory online at hkchevyofnewhaven.com.
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
A fantastic start at home so far for the Carroll Chargers. 21-0. They lead the Homestead Spartans. Not yet midway through the first quarter. 6:52 to go as Carroll set to kick it off after their pick 6.
Yeah, like I said, incredible start for the Carroll Chargers. Big plays have ruled the night, all 3 of them.
A couple of big passes, and then on defense, winning the turnover battle, of course. A big emphasis for both sides. This kickoff now right to left, angles out around the 1-yard line. So really the first time so far today that Carroll's had a miscue.
Yeah.
Flag out with that kickoff going out of bounds barely. It almost went into the end zone.
Well, they're going to get the best field position of the night. And you said this last drive, this almost feels like another must drive for Homestead to get points, because going down 3 scores right now, you're going to have to figure out a way to get yourself back in this ball game quickly.
Yeah, as a coach, if you're on that Homestead side, how do you balance trying to have urgency but also maintain poise and not really let it unravel?
Well, you're not going to get away from your game plan quite yet, but you got to find something that's going to be a positive for you, because right now Homestead offense has had nothing go right. They've had drop passes and then, of course, the pick 6.
Is the running back.
So Frieden looking over his left shoulder towards the Homestead sideline here for instruction with 6:52 to go in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 35. After the kickoff went out of bounds, they do hand it off, and not much happening. A yard or 2 on the handoff to Shane Bardwell.
Yeah, this Carroll defense has been good all year. I mean, they've got a very active defensive front that causes problems. They got linebackers that can run. And then, of course, in the secondary, they've got the guys that can go cover. So they can handle the box run-wise with, their 6 guys up front and get 4-man pressures on a offensive formation. They don't need to blitz.
Yeah, there are 3 defensive linemen. We mentioned Evan Brubaker before. Kevin Goldacker is the nose tackle. Liam Keys, the other defensive end. It's 2nd and 8 for Homestead, almost at the midpoint here of the first quarter. 6:13 and ticking as Homestead spreads it out. 2 receivers each side. 1 back behind Frieden. Play action. He tosses it deep down the field, and it's caught down to the Carroll 25-yard line. Big play to Carter Kennedy, the senior standout.
And there you go. Finally something has gone right, and they get a big play over the top, which is really an unnecessary thing to Carroll to give up there, because you've got them right where you're wanting, and that's the thing you got to play against is the deep ball. And they get Kennedy behind you. He makes a big play.
So just what the doctor ordered there for Homestead, marching left to right, 5:50 to go, first quarter. And on 1st and 10, it's a screen pass to the right side. Kennedy, another catch. He angles out towards the 16. A flag came in from the secondary.
Yeah, they're going to get a hold out here on the wide receiver that was the furthest away, because he almost tackled Van Pelt.
5:43 to go, first quarter here on a hot Friday night. Beautiful sunset right now, a cotton candy colored sky.
Here we go.
I've been waiting for you to throw in basketball references since you've been.
Yeah, what's this green stuff on the court? Still don't have the ref mic or the crowd mic at an appropriate level, unfortunately. Working on that behind the scenes here.
Yeah, that's the first time we've ever had that type of
13 here.
Volume, I guess you could say. And they got a great setup here because they announced the penalties and things of that nature. So,
well, it's representative of how this Carroll team's had a loud start figuratively, leading 21-0, 5.5 minutes to go, first quarter, and there's pre-snap movement. A couple more flags out there. It's a false start on Homestead. That'll back them up. And so instead of first and 18, it'll become first and 23. So
already, yeah.
I mean, right now I can almost hear your eyes rolling as a former head coach. You finally get a good positive play. Now it's back-to-back penalties.
Yeah, you just gave back, 15 of those yards. And getting a procedural penalty now in this game, this late in the season, drives a coach nuts.
Now it's first and 18.
So the ball back to the 34. Now it's first and 18. Snap. Fake on the give, and in pass on the left side of Kennedy, who dodges one tackler and dances his way across the 25-yard line. So focusing in on Carter Kennedy. He had the big gainer earlier on the drive, and it'll make it second and more manageable. Got to around the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's a kid that can make it happen on the outside, but they also got Liam Moore, number 2, who's the one that got called on that penalty earlier. He's another threat for him. So they've got some kids on the outside that can go get it. It's just a matter of going to make a play and not doing stupid things and put yourself behind the 8 ball.
21-0, Carroll the lead. Homestead the ball. Driving towards the right side end zone.
Here's the snap.
Snap on 2nd and 9. Trying to scramble up the middle, and he runs into a wall. Absolutely stuffed by Liam Keys, the 6'3", 225-pound senior. And that presents 3rd and 12 from the Carroll 28 with 4:22 left in the first quarter.
That's all started by Newhouser blitzing there and getting through. And I tell you right now, this defensive front for Carroll is a handful for this Homestead offensive line.
On the fringe of Knipster's field goal range, but you got to be thinking
3rd and 12, Homestead trailing by 21 here, 8 minutes in.
3 receivers to the right.
Trips on the right side, 1 receiver to the left. Snap to Frieden, and he fires it towards the 16. It's caught by Liam Moore.
Big first down.
Gets the first down inside the 15. So great execution by Homestead on 3rd and long.
And a great read there by Frieden as they took double covered their hot receiver right now. Liam Moore ran a curl route, and Frieden did a great job of reading it and delivering a strike.
First and 10 at the Carroll 14 with 3:35 to go in the first quarter. Homestead trying to get on the board. Frieden going left, looking, launches, and it's caught near the 4-yard line. Now it's incomplete.
Oh, wow.
Right around the sideline on the far side of the field, perhaps out of bounds with the feet.
Yeah, that... I was on the opposite side, so it's not like we can contradict what was called there. But it looked,
come on, you got your glasses on.
It looked pretty good from here. But again, my age is catching up with me, John.
You and me both. 3:21 to go, first quarter. As Homestead trailing 21-0, now faces a 2nd and 10 from the Carroll 14. Ball marked at the right hash.
Ball in the near hash.
2 receivers each way. Toss across the middle. It's caught by Camden Bean, who tries to fight forward for a few more. It'll be short of a first down. 3rd and 4 from the 8 with 3:08 to go in the first quarter. On a hot night, got to stay hydrated.
Yeah, and up here too. But that was a nice little shallow cross route there that he threw, and now they've got a manageable 3rd down.
Call it 3rd and 3 from the 7.
Chargers move.
Wow, Chargers jumped off sides there, but they didn't throw it.
So no flag.
Still 10 on the play clock.
So it's a pistol look here.
On 3rd and 3, passing, and it's intercepted in the end zone by Van Pelt.
Oh, look out.
Coming up the near left sideline, he takes it out of the end zone all the way up towards the 43-yard line. Jaden Van Pelt taking over this game 2 ways.
Yeah, he may have gone back, except he tripped over one of his blockers because he got too close to him. He just went and took the ball away. I mean, simple as that. I mean, the throw looked like it was a pretty decent throw, but Van Pelt put himself in a position that he was able to undercut the route and get the pick. And, again, a dagger to the heart of the Homestead Spartans looking to get on the board. And now they've turned it over to Carroll again.
Second interception of the season for Van Pelt, who snared that one in between the G and E of Chargers in the right side end zone. So now it's Carroll in blue going right to left. Handoff to Jackson Rhodes, right side of the line. And he's tripped up near the 45. 21-0, Carroll with the lead. It's a dominant opening quarter here in this rivalry matchup.
All starts in the trenches.
So how can Homestead rally here on the road? On 2nd and 5 from the 46, Freisinger, the lefty, rips one down the sideline, and it's caught right near the boundary. Meanwhile, a flag is thrown behind the play with exactly 2 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Looks like they're going to get an ineligible man downfield.
So that'll negate the completion for Carroll.
Yeah, I tell you right now, Freisinger's hot, and these receivers are making great grabs. That was another great grab by Ballman there on the sideline, but negated by the illegal man downfield, which can happen on those sprint-out type passes.
Yeah, what's the mark of a quarterback who's like in his zone feeling it like this?
Well, I tell you, the target's big and wide, and you feel like there's not a pass you can't throw and complete, and that's kind of how Freisinger has been here over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, body language right now, oozing confidence here in his first season as a starter. 1:53 and ticking to go in the first quarter. Lights on now. On 2nd and 10, back to pass. Good protection. No one open, though. Sliding near the line of scrimmage, near the right hash. Maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and long.
Homestead's turned up the heat a little bit and been able to get back to him here lately with some good coverage downfield. So that's the key, is they've been able to provide good coverage, and their defensive line has been able to get in the backfield.
80 seconds to go, first quarter. Carroll leading Homestead 21-0. 3rd and 10 for the Chargers, though, as Freisinger tosses one into plus territory. It's caught for a first down. Hauled in by Mason Baughman, the senior, near side hash at the Homestead 45. He caught it in traffic and held on through contact.
Yeah, and you can see Baughman, Van Pelt, they're all getting a chance to make catches.
1st and 10 now from the 45. Freisinger, deep ball across the middle, incomplete, as he was once again hunting Van Pelt on a post, man-to-man coverage. A little bit of contact there, but no interference.
Yeah, that was a good no call.
54 seconds to go here in this opening stanza. 21-0 Carroll, and Chargers not content, looking to add to it.
And the official looked like he was going to go grab for the flag, but then he kind of checked himself and didn't do it. So,
yeah, I was seeing the same thing there.
And got the ball marked too forward there, guys. There you go.
Yeah, it was spotted incorrectly at the 44. Now replaced at the 45.
Carroll needs no help right now.
They've been a machine here so far. Fake the handoff. QB run left. Through a seam. First down and then some. Out of bounds on the left sideline. With under 40 seconds to go in the first quarter, Carroll continues to move the ball down the field.
Completely opposite defensively for this Homestead Spartan team from a week ago, where they were just very dominant and controlled the line of scrimmage, to the night where the Carroll Chargers have just come out physically and dominated this first quarter.
Coach Donan's team right now showing out on 1st and 10. Quick pass to left sideline, complete to Ballman. Out of bounds inside the red zone, out around near the 16. A little bit short of a first down with 24 seconds on the scoreboard behind the end zone on the left side that also features a video screen here in this stadium that's only a few years old. State-of-the-art for high school.
Beautiful stadium.
Great crowd. Great community event here on this Friday night.
Before we even get out of the first period.
20 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 21-0. Carroll leading Homestead. Freisinger once again back to pass, and this time it's incomplete. Threw it to the one, looking for Logan Heath, but broken up.
Yeah, that one was probably his worst pass of the night because it was behind him. Had he gotten in front, it was going to be 6. But so far tonight, he has done a little bit of everything. Throw it, run it, and done a great job leading this offense.
2nd and 10.
So far.
Left hash, 3 receivers bunched on the right side. Rhodes in the backfield to the right of Freisinger. Takes the snap. Throws it towards the one. Again, incomplete, but this time there is a flag. The pass was intended for Van Pelt. There was double coverage and contact.
Yeah, that one you're not going to get away with. There was too much of a collision prior to the ball getting there, and I know Homestead would say that there was simultaneous, but again, they're better off knocking it down and taking the penalty rather than giving up 6.
Pass interference with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Carroll up big, 21-0.
Here it comes.
Official picking up the yellow flag from the 1.
All right, here they're half distance to the goal.
Good old half the distance mark there.
Yep.
So
from the 16 up to the 8.
There you go. It will now be a first down. So it'll be 2nd down and a 1 here for Carroll with 8 seconds to go. So likely
they're still widening out. I thought maybe they'd go their 2-back set.
2 receivers on the right side. Jesus. Hard count and movement by Homestead.
They've picked something up on film. Because that's the second time tonight that they've gotten Homestead to jump off sides.
So encroachment here with still 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. 21-0 Carroll. Dominant performance against their rival early on. Guys, if you're Homestead right now, the one silver lining is that there's plenty of time. 3 quarters and change.
Yeah.
But right now on their heels again after the penalty. It's 1st and goal from the 4. 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right. Rhodes in the backfield. Freisinger, the snap. Fires it, incomplete. Right near the pylon on the left side. Intended for Ballman.
They said no catch.
That was close.
Grabbing it.
Well, that was a great throw. They did a little bit of a kind of a fade stop route where he's throwing to that back shoulder. Ballman kind of lost his footing, and I think he landed out of bounds before he repositioned his feet in, and that's why they got the incomplete.
Still 4 seconds on the first quarter clock. Now under center with 3 in the backfield. It's a handoff to Asher Wagoner, who weaves his way through. Touchdown, Carroll. And the Chargers increase the lead to 27-0 as the LED lights flicker here in Northwest Allen County.
Absolutely rolling at home.
27-0 as that caps the first quarter. I'll take the extra point before it's on to the second quarter.
Their impression on this game, and Carroll, their passing game is so good. When you add the extra element that they can run the football consistently.
Corbin Dempsey drives it through the uprights. 4 for 4 on extra points. And the first quarter, 28-0. Carroll all over their rival Homestead. Here as you're listening to the Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
When it comes to building a lake home, every inch counts. That's why families turn to Hammond Homes, Northeast Indiana's premier custom home builder. Lake lots are tighter. The views matter. The layout has to be flawless. And that takes precision, experience, and perfect communication, which is exactly what Hammond Homes delivers. For over 45 years, Al Hammond and his team have been crafting one-of-a-kind luxury homes, from cozy lake cottages to stunning waterfront escapes and everything in between. As a full design build firm, they handle everything in the house, from architecture to interior design. You'll be able to preview your home in 2D and 3D before a single board is cut. And if you're not building new, they also specialize in transformations, from kitchens to bathrooms, bringing new life to your old existing space. So whether you're dreaming big or building small, trust Hammond Homes to get it done. On time, on budget, and beyond expectations, it's Hammond Homes. Find them online at hammond-homes.com.
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
I guess it's a hard question, but what on earth?
John Nolan in for Brett Rump with Coach Shannon Griffith. Austin Fox, our studio producer. It's 28-0 Carroll through one quarter as they're hosting Homestead. So to start the second quarter, Carroll kicking off left to right, and this one is fair caught in the end zone. So Homestead here trying to regroup now with a fresh quarter.
I am completely at a loss for how Homestead went from what they did a week ago against Snyder to now where they looked like they just really can't stop Carroll tonight. I mean, that's just been the first half equation on top of the pick six. And to have them down 28-0 this early in a ball game is really surprising.
After their 38-0 win last week to put them at 3-1, tied with Carroll and three others in the SEC standings. It's anyone's race here at this point of the season. For the Spartans on 1st and 10. Long pass down the field is incomplete, nearly hauled in by Liam Moore around the Carroll 40. Good ball through the air. It was catchable, but incomplete pass 6 seconds into the quarter.
He needed to get more air underneath that because it ended up falling a little short on the throw.
After Moore had beaten the defenders.
Moore had beat the defender, because if he hits him on stride, kind of like what Freisinger's done, that may have been a touchdown.
Yeah, of course, that's a lot of travel through the air on that one. Now on 2nd and 10, handoff, right side, Shane Bardwell, angling out towards the Spartans bench area. It'll be 3rd and short, 20 seconds into the second quarter. 28-0 Carroll the lead, Homestead the ball.
That's kind of been their first solid run of the night with Bardwell, and he had a heck of a ball game a week ago.
If you're Carroll, though, here at this point, you probably concede some on the ground with this big lead.
Yeah, you're going to have to try to find some way to get points, and right now this Carroll defense has been very, very good, and even on these short yardage plays.
Bell tolling here ahead of 3rd and 2 from the 28. And a timeout called by the Chargers, and we'll take one with them. It's 28-0 Carroll in front of Homestead on our Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Hi, this is Pat Schenk from Pella Windows and Doors. For more than 50 years, we've been right here in Fort Wayne, serving our neighbors with the same commitment we bring to supporting our local teams. When it comes to your home, experience matters. That's why families across northern Indiana trust us to protect what matters most. We're not just your local window professionals. We're dedicated to excellence in every installation. From energy-efficient windows to beautiful entry doors, Pella Windows and Doors, locally owned, community proud. Find us at PellaFortWayne.com or visit us at our showroom in Glenbrook Commons.
Now back to the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Neon Nation delighted out here at Carroll High School tonight. Their Chargers ahead 28-0 for Homestead. It's 3rd and 2 at their own 28 with 11:07 to go in the half. Coming out of the timeout, fake the handoff, running left. Lots of room for Logan Frieden. He's got a first down up to the Carroll, or up to his own 34. Yeah, they had one big pass play on the previous drive, but ultimately ended with an interception. 2 interceptions for the Chargers defense in the first quarter, including one that was returned for a touchdown.
The other one was potentially going in for a touchdown for Homestead. That's how crazy it's been.
Yeah. One-sided here so far. But Homestead trying to build on the first down on first and 10. Pass across the middle is snatched by Evan England, who took the elevator to get that one. And just across midfield, he's tackled at the 49. Great hands.
Oh, and these 3 wideouts they have, I think, are really, really good. And we just saw England there making a great catch over the middle.
So consecutive first downs for Homestead as Frieden pressured, and he goes down, sacked.
For the second time tonight, it's Liam Keys.
Back on the other side of the Black Sea logo at the 49-yard line. It'll be second and long. Almost 2 minutes into the second quarter, 28-0. All Carroll here so far.
Well, they tried to run quarterback draw there, and the timing was completely off.
Behind us right now, the Carroll band tuning up for a halftime performance, and the Spartans are still trying to tune up on the field as well. Dump pass is grabbed by Bardwell near the backfield, and then he sprints forward, short of a first down as he's tripped up back into Carroll territory at the 41. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Yeah, nice play call there. Take a little bit out of that rush that Carroll's getting, trying to slow them down a little bit with that screen pass.
Lights in full effect now. 9:22 to go, second quarter. Homestead driving right to left, handoff Bardwell, right side of the line. Not much, but perhaps enough for a first down. He only needed 2.
Wow, they didn't really give him a great spot there, so I still think he probably got it.
Yeah. They will move the chains, so 3 first downs on the drive and counting for Homestead. And again, I suppose the mentality here is, just one score at a time, chip away, and especially look to just make it more manageable going into halftime.
Yeah, and again, now you're, getting a chance to move the football. That gives you some more confidence of what's going on here. Now we've got a discussion, and I'm not quite sure what that discussion is involving.
Officials far side of the field.
Officials mic'd up for tonight's game.
Before anything is communicated to the crowd over that microphone, the officials now maneuver across the field towards our side in the Carroll bench.
I think it had to do with that spot and not getting a measurement there. And I'm not quite sure
Still don't know what's going on. Just move back away.
What's happening here.
The ball.
They're kind of looking over on the Homestead sideline as they're trying to move I think there's a problem with the clip that kind of gives them the nearest 5-yard mark, and I think that's what they're trying to figure out over there.
Some technical difficulties?
Technical difficulties with the chains, I think, at this point. At first, I thought maybe they were going to pull it back to remeasure it.
9:13, second quarter. Carroll 28, Homestead nothing.
Yeah, he just said something to the crowd, but it did not get communicated as didn't have his mic on there, Mr. Official.
I've turned his mic on there, so we don't know. We're a little confused here, but it's going to be first and 10.
So it's 1st and 10 for Homestead. Right hash. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Pistol. Fake the handoff. Looking deep. Shuffling to the left. Pressure coming. Throw it across his body out of bounds. On the near sideline. Over the head of a videographer. In front of a photographer. And it's 2nd and 10. And, of course, perhaps you can even hear in the background the Homestead students broadcasting this game here in this booth to our left. In a lot of ways, I mean, it's almost easy to forget that these are high schools. It feels like it's Carroll University against Homestead University.
Well, yeah, it's the size of these two schools is quite amazing in itself.
The photographer and videographer mentioned before, presumably students on 2nd and 10 from the 39. Hand off it. It's blown up in the backfield. The Carroll defensive front in blue just bulldozing forward. It's 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that time again, I think that was Keys again, and he's had himself a night thus far. He's had a couple sacks and then a couple TFLs, and that was just another one. And another 3rd and long here for Homestead. And another key down here, and I would imagine they'll take 2 to get it.
Yeah, 4-down situation at this point, down by 28 points, 8:20 to go. Second quarter, and the pass incomplete. Looking for Liam Moore around the first down marker. They need the 29, and it'll be 4th and 12.
Yeah, I think you got to go for it, down 28-0. But I think Chad's going to say, look, we've not been too good here of late, and we might as well punt it and hope that we can stop them and get the field position back. Because 4th and 12, the way their offense has gone tonight, has kind of been a very iffy proposition. And you don't need to give Homestead great field position.
And for part of that, tip your cap to Carroll's defense. It's Van Pelt back to receive. He's already shined in this game on offense and on defense. How about on special teams? Returning it towards the right sideline. And he bounces out of bounds a little bit shy of the 30. A return of about 15 yards. 8:17 to go. Still in the second quarter, and it's 28-0 Carroll. I think a lot of folks thought coming in, fairly even matchup, maybe the edge to Carroll, but not necessarily by this difference.
Well, yeah, and considering the way Homestead played a week ago, and, it's kind of shocking. And Carroll's setting up themselves to have another chance to get a conference championship here if they can come out of this game with a win.
On 1st and 10, still throw to Van Pelt across midfield. He hauls it in as he's hit along the right sideline. He got drilled as he caught that ball. He jumped up in the air for it. He got hit by Cutter Stockwell, sophomore safety for Homestead. Yeah, that's why Van Pelt, he's a D1 prospect.
Well, that throw was unbelievable by Freisinger.
Yeah, Freisinger in a real rhythm himself. Ground game here on 1st and 10 from the Homestead 48. Plugged up on the handoff to Jackson Rhodes. Under 8 to go, second quarter, 28-0 Carroll as the Chargers drive left to right.
Yeah, Freisinger thus far has been amazing tonight. Really, really good.
The lefty rolling to his right, tucks it, and gets across the 45, tackled out of bounds by Courtney Gillespie, senior cornerback for Homestead. 3rd and 6 from the Spartans' 44.
6 now for Carroll.
Well, this is a chance for Homestead to maybe force the punt here if they can get a stop.
Ever since he's been the lead back, but now
it's been easier said than done for this Spartans defense so far. Again. Is that the 3rd time?
That's like at least 3, if not 4. And it's not even a debate being at first game jitters enough. These are just completely mental lapses in knowing when the ball snapped by your looking down at the ball.
Here in week 7, it's now 3rd and 1. Handoff to Wagner, who gets stymied.
Fields made a nice play there. Holy cow.
Anthony Fields, senior inside linebacker for Homestead, with the hit, and they are going to mark it just shy of a first down. So 4th and probably less than 1 at the Homestead 39, 6:43 to go, second quarter. Carroll's offense staying out there. 2 receivers each side. Pistol for Freisinger.
Spartans flinched a little bit, but not enough to cross the line.
Carroll's offense looking towards their sideline right now. 10 on the play clock. Freisinger. Hard count again. And again, his teammates look to the sideline. 2 on the play clock, and they'll use a timeout. So a timeout. Breaking the action, 6:18 to go, second quarter. Carroll 28, Homestead nothing. It's the Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
1, 2, 3.
Floor. Three Kings Flooring is proud to support high school sports. Get your castle ready for the holidays with new carpet, LVP, tile, or more. From conception to completion, Three Kings is ready to serve you at their brand new showroom on Lima Road or online at threekingsflooring.com.
Three Kings Flooring. For 3 generations we've served Fort Wayne. Three Kings Flooring. Doesn't your castle deserve Three Kings?
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Carroll leading Homestead at home 28-0. Chargers just used a timeout before 4th and inches at the Homestead 39. Coach, what would you call here?
Well, they're going to play a little bit of smash mouth, I would imagine. Now, last time they got this position, they threw the post for a touchdown.
Freisinger hands it off, and not a big game, but enough for a first down. As Rhodes running right side of the line, plugged forward, and the chains will move for the Chargers.
Yeah, we're just 7 points away from, I think, a running clock.
It's 28-0 Carroll with 6:13 to go in the first half. That was all coming in the first quarter. The southpaw whips one towards the left side, incomplete. Intended target Mason Ballman, but out of his range. And so it's 2nd and 10 at the Homestead 37. Yeah, Carroll put up 28 in a flash in the first quarter. More methodical here so far in the second. A couple of deep balls to Jaden Van Pelt. He's lined up on the near right side. Snap. Freisinger looking Van Pelt's way, but he goes down. Dropped at about the 40-yard line. Loss of a few. It'll be 3rd and quite long. 3rd and 12. Ball marked in between the 39 and the 40 on the right side of the field.
Yeah, another nice pressure there by Homestead there. Getting enough with the pressure with the 3-man, so big, long 3rd down here.
Just past the midpoint of the second quarter. Freisinger takes the snap, looking left, rolling that way. Almost goes down, avoids a sack, then throws it down the field. Incomplete. He was under duress and threw it into a crowd of Homestead gold helmets. And it'll be 4th and 12 from the 39 with 5:29 to go in the first half.
Now there's a flag down, too, so I'm not sure what he called there.
During the play, ineligible senior downfield on the offense. Penalty is refused. Brings up 4th down.
He declined, so we'll be 4th down and 13.
There's your answer.
There's your answer.
And so with that being the case now,
this is the first time
Carroll's punting, yep.
all night they've made him punt.
Had scored on each of their first 3 possessions plus the defensive touchdown. Now trying to pin him deep. Corbin Dempsey, who does the kickoffs and the extra points, also punting. This one wedged towards the 10, and then it takes a favorable bounce for Homestead away from the end zone, out of bounds around the 15. And so trailing 28-0, the Homestead offense back on the field with 5:23 to go in the second quarter.
Well, they finally got a stop for Homestead tonight, and now they got a big, long field to drive here.
5:23 left, second quarter. Carroll 28, Homestead nothing. Chargers on defense in blue as the pass is incomplete. It was dropped off the fingertips of Liam Moore as it was hanging in the air, nearly picked off by the Carroll secondary. And now it's 2nd and 10 for the Logan Frieden-led offense.
Yeah, that's what you don't need. Forcing a ball into coverage like that. Lucky it wasn't picked off on the tip. And 2nd and 10 here.
2 receivers each side. Ball left hash. Low snap. Passing situation and a sack.
It is all Carroll. Who else?
taken down at around the 10. Loss of about 6 with 5:05 to go in the second quarter. Carroll kind of knows what's coming.
Yeah, it's, again, this front three for Carroll has done a tremendous job all night getting pressure. And Carroll, I don't think he's going to have had to bring a pressure.
4:40 and rolling, second quarter, 3rd and 14 for Homestead from the 11. Frieden gets the snap. The righty launches. His pass is caught a little bit short of a first down up to the 23, maybe the 24. 4th and short with 4:19 left until halftime. Homestead going right to left, down by 28, and they will punt.
I know it's the first half. You didn't make a decision to punt right.
Well, that's the way their offense is going. And I can't say that I blame Coach Ullman. They're punting it, even though it's 4th and 1, because they've had a hard time all night, and Carroll's taking another timeout.
Personnel issue there for the Chargers. So breaking the action with 3:59 left in the second quarter. Carroll up on Homestead 28-0 here as you're listening to the Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Planning your company gathering or holiday party? Now's the time to reserve your date at Back 40 Junction in Decatur. Our spaces fill up fast and for good reason. Treat your team or loved one to a feast for all of your senses. Juicy prime rib, crispy chicken wings, pot roast, brisket, fresh mashed potatoes, yeast rolls, soups, salads, and don't forget the Wix pies and decadent dessert bar. Whether it's for coworkers, friends, or family, the Back 40 Junction makes every celebration unforgettable. Make your reservation today before your perfect date is gone. Visit us online now. Back 40 Junction in Decatur.
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
First Friday of October, though it still feels like summer. Sundown, and it's 75 degrees in northwest Allen County. Coming out of the timeout, Homestead punting right to left, and it's down at the Carroll 32-yard line. So the Chargers up 28-0. Bring the blue-clad offense back out onto the fields.
This quarter's been a little bit boring after all the fireworks in the first.
28 points for Carroll in the opening stanza.
Get another stop as they did.
Chargers offense drove the ball into Homestead territory on their only possession of this quarter so far, but ultimately punted. First and 10 for Carroll. Now going left to right from their own 32. As Gabe Freisinger takes the snap, steps up, throwing left side, and he finds Van Pelt into Homestead territory. Makes the grab near the 40 on the far side of the field. And Van Pelt is going off tonight with Freisinger. What a combo.
Yeah, but what a catch. I mean, Freisinger kind of laid it out there for him, and Van Pelt's kind of limping off right now.
He is.
Making a great catch, but, again, they're just making big plays tonight.
He's limping off as Colton Booker, junior wide receiver, comes in for maybe a cramp situation for Van Pelt. As Carroll hands it off. Small pickup on 1st and 10. Ball advances up to the Homestead 35 on the Jackson Rhodes run. Van Pelt is laying on his backside as a member of the athletic training crew comes over. Now on 2nd and 8, zipping it across the middle, and the pass is caught by Logan Heath, the senior wide receiver. Gain of 6. It's 3rd and 2 at the Homestead 29. And now, unfortunately, a player for Homestead is down with an athletic trainer coming out to serve. 2:49 remaining, second quarter, 28-0. Carroll all over their rival Homestead here. This matchup of teams that are 3-1 in the SAC. Coming up at the half, we'll check H&K Chevrolet scoreboard. See what else has happened around Northeast Indiana. What games are you most interested in tonight?
Well, I think the biggest one right now is the Northrop Snyder ball game, because So Northrop holds serve and Carroll holds serve. They could be playing for a lot next week here at Carroll. So that's a game that's kind of interesting undertone to it as it pertains to the conference race. And we'll see with that. And I'm kind of interested to see how the battle of the bishops is going tonight. Bishop Dwenger, Bishop Lures.
By the way, 21-0. Who do you think's winning?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
That's Northrop over Snyder at the half.
I would hate to guess, but I'm not surprised.
For Carroll now, after the injury stoppage, 3rd and 2, handoff.
Newhauser
nudging forward. And he's got just enough for a first down. And at last check, Dwenger out to a 7-0 lead against Lures, but still pretty early in the second quarter of that game.
Yeah, that one's going to be an interesting ball game as well.
Quick enough for the onslaught that's happening in the first half.
1st and 10 for Carroll at the Homestead 25. Freisinger looking left, calling his own number, running out of bounds, short of a first down, but a productive gain with 2:21 left in the second quarter, and Carroll looking to add to the 28-point lead.
Yeah, it's a game that Carroll has just controlled from the start on both sides of the football, and have played very, very well,
to say the least. 2nd and 2, handoff Rhodes, right side, and he gets bottled up. Pair of Homestead tacklers, including Austin Handel, senior outside linebacker, coming up. So now 3rd and 2 with 2 minutes to go in quarter 2. And a 28-point lead for Carroll.
Another one of these 3rd and 3s lined up, and Newhauser got it the last time. He almost popped out the back end.
3 in the backfield behind Freisinger's under center. Handoff, and Wagner is plugged up. Looks short of a first down. Ball marked at the 16-yard line.
About 6 inches here.
4th and inches with 1:17 left in the second quarter as the Carroll offense looks towards their sideline down in front of us. Going for it here on 4th and 1. 15 on the play clock, just over a minute to go in the half.
Play clock's down to 10.
Freisinger takes the snap, hands it off. Newhauser, and he muscles his way forward just enough for the first down with now 56 seconds left in the second quarter. And right now, I guess if you're Carroll here, this is, and still a lot of game left, so you really shouldn't take anything for granted. But right now, good situational opportunity here to try to cash in late in the half. Freisinger throwing on first down, pass caught right side, diving effort, and it's a touchdown for Harrison Sheely. What an effort right there, diving forward near the pylon. And it's 34-0 Carroll with 43 seconds to go in the second quarter.
And it was enough to get in.
That's the effort and physicality.
And as the students have a blackout theme going here, the lights flicker on and off.
They've just been overpowering the Spartans' defense, and there's Sheely doing a
Quick out pattern there. And now it's Corbin Dempsey on for his 5th extra point. He's 5 for 5. And it's 35-0 Carroll. Wow.
Wow is right.
Another similar score elsewhere in the area. 5 minutes left in the first half. Leo leading Huntington North 28-0. Over in any 8 play. South Adams 28, Jay County 3. Northside out to a 14-0 lead against Southside. And their battle for the totem pole. 99th meeting.
I know, it's
between
great.
the community schools.
That in itself's amazing.
This is amazing as well. 35-0. Carroll throttling Homestead with 43 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, there's no way I would have or anyone would have predicted this type of explosion by Carroll in the first half. It's just been a complete and utter domination.
Did Brett know this is coming? That's why he took tonight off.
Maybe.
Congratulations to Brett's daughter getting married this weekend.
In the first half,
as Dempsey sends it in the air, it's received from the 4-yard line. Returned by Braylon Wimes up towards the 30-yard line. 34 seconds left in the half, and so one last chance for Homestead to perhaps strike and get a palate cleanser before going into the locker room.
Yeah, I misspoke earlier. I think the running clock doesn't take effect
till the second half. Yeah. Primed for it now, though.
Well, it'll start that way unless Homestead happens to score here.
With 33 seconds to go in the half, handoff running right, and a marginal gain.
Clock continuing to run. Homestead only has one timeout, and they don't seem
to give that one to a receiver and Tobias Hutchinson.
I got a feeling Chad's just going to let this run out and go to halftime and regroup.
Homestead taking their time. They might snap it once more. They're not leaving the field yet.
Clock rolls down to 6 seconds.
Down to 5.
And with 15 on the play clock, Homestead's just going to let it roll here. So, at the half, Carroll leading Homestead 35-0 in Northwest Allen County.
Yeah, shocking at this point. We'll going to have to take a long time to read this script that I've got here for all the score. Because we got a lot of scoring that happened there in the first half. But, again, I don't think anybody would have ever predicted a onslaught that Carroll unleashed early and often tonight. And they've done it on both sides of the football. And right now, Homestead, after coming off a huge win against Snyder, 38-0, they look like a football team that's in shock at the moment because they have had nothing but misery from the start of this game with big plays and bad penalties and pick sixes and things like that. And then right now it's go in and try to regroup the best you can on a 35-0 score.
Yeah, try to salvage something here in this rivalry matchup. Even as we said, Carroll's won 5 in a row in the series. I mean, mostly pretty competitive game, so far cry from that and the norm here so far tonight. 35-0 at home, all over Homestead. We'll step aside when we come back. Halftime coverage, the Hoopy Fieldhouse halftime report on the other side. You're listening to the Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
John Olin in for Brett Rump, and with the coach Shannon Griffith. Austin Fox, our studio producer. We're out at Carroll High School, where the Chargers have a 35-0 halftime lead on their rival, the Homestead Shakta, at what we saw over the first 24 minutes.
Yeah, now Homestead gets the ball, and their best bet is to try to get points. So we're going to start with a running clock here at the start of this third quarter. But they get the ball first, and we'll see what they can do with it.
So halftime right now, and also about halfway through our hyper-local coverage tonight. That started with the Edding Insurance countdown to kickoff right now. Your Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week here. It's the Hoopy Fieldhouse halftime report. Just check the H&K Chevrolet scoreboard. Coming up later, it'll be the Kessler's postgame show live at Pizza Hut, the Pine Valley location, up until 11 o'clock. And more local coverage coming up this weekend as well, starting tomorrow morning early, 6:30 a.m., Fighting Irish preview. You up at 6:30 on Saturdays?
Yeah, sometimes I am.
Depends on if the dogs are?
No, it depends if my back's bothering me.
Okay, well, hopefully not then in that case, because you can catch that on the podcast later on. But tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, it's the 260 Dugout Podcast with DC Hendricks. Then you get round 2 of Fighting Irish preview as well at 8:30, followed by Talking Sports with Jim Shovelin at 9. At 10 o'clock, it's Cover Boys Sports Betting. And tomorrow it's a nooner for the Boilermakers. Purdue hosting Illinois, pregame starting at 11, and that's just the front half of a local collegiate doubleheader. Notre Dame, Boise State, 3:30 kickoff. This is all right here on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. And a quick peek ahead to Sunday. Again, you can catch the 260 Dugout Podcast at 8 o'clock. And then 3 NFL games here on Sunday. There's another European game between the Vikings and the Browns. Coverage starting at 9:15. Colts pregame kicks off at noon. Then a 1 o'clock game for the Colts against the Raiders down at Lucas Oil Stadium. And Sunday night football, it's the Patriots visiting the Bills in Buffalo, 8:20, with pregame starting at 7:30 to wrap up the weekend. Players out on the field here at Carroll. Warming up now. We're about 20 seconds away from the third quarter. 35-0. Chargers ahead of the Spartans. Credit the Homestead students for the most part, those who made the trip out here. Still in the bleachers, supporting their classmates. And, of course, the other members of the Southwest Allen County community who are up here as well. Here on this warm Friday night. I don't know who's more aggressive here, Shannon. The Carroll defense or the Bugs blitzing us here in the booth. We got the door open and the lights on to try to get a little bit of air in here.
Yeah, we don't need any help from those critters out here, but we're not getting a win today.
You know, I appreciated this as they put a few more minutes on the clock here ahead of the third quarter. Needed a little humble pie. I was getting a little bougie traveling around with the Indiana Fever this summer up until Tuesday. So glad to be back.
Well, it was a great opportunity that I'm sure that you are very thankful for.
Yes, and so glad to see Indiana sports thriving, including the Colts up until last week at least, and then your Hoosiers.
Yeah, they're rolling. They got the off week this week, and so that's a chance for them to heal up their bumps and bruises before they go to take on the Oregon Ducks, who also have a bye this week.
Coming off their epic win at Penn State with their whiteout. Here again, a blackout for Carroll and their student section, Neon Nation. Well, it's funny, though, especially down in Indianapolis, lots of talk even going back to how the Pacers had their run to Game 7 of the finals in June, and then the Fever having a special season into the WNBA semifinals. They said the Colts IU, and so, yeah, Fever head coach Stephanie White, a Purdue alum, former national champion, women's basketball player at Purdue. She was really hyping up Fever, Pacers, and Colts, and I had to ask her, well, do you also take pride in what IU football is doing? She said, that's a trick question. 35-0 Carroll up on Homestead. All right, looking at this second half now. Coach, what's the prerogative from the two sidelines?
Well, from Carroll's standpoint, they just got to keep rolling, doing what they're doing here with a big lead. And we're going to, like I said, start with a running clock. So Homestead's going to have to get on the board here as fast as they can to even try to get back in this ball game. I do believe once a running clock is established, it continues irregardless if another team scores. But we haven't had many of these this year. We had one last week in the second half in the third or fourth quarter of last week's ball game against Snyder. But for Homestead, right now, they just got to look for positives here and there and find ways to get themselves themselves in a position offensively to have success. And defensively, they've just got to help themselves out, try to get some stops here. And if Homestead can score, you got to look to find out if they can try to go with extra, onside kicks and stuff. But they get the ball here to start the third quarter.
In the first half, Carroll QB Gabe Freisinger, 12 of 18 for 248 yards and a pair of touchdowns. For Jaden Van Pelt, 4 catches, 166 yards, and a touchdown. Mason Bauman, 3 catches, 43 yards. Logan Heath, 3 catches, 17 yards. Logan Shealy with 2 catches for 22 yards and a TD. Harrison Shealy, I should say, beg your pardon. And then on the ground, Asher Wagoner, 6 carries, 13 yards, and a pair of short touchdowns. So Carroll kicking off, third quarter underway. Ball in the air left to right. And returned out towards the 17. So Homestead, unfortunate for the Spartans. Much of the same from the first half, less than optimal field position.
Yeah, good coverage there by Carroll. They keep them inside the 20 at the 17-yard line, it looks. And that's where they'll start their drive.
So it's Homestead in the white jerseys and pants and gold helmets with the blue Spartans logo going right to left to begin the second half. And it's a handoff draw and a pickup of a few with the handoff to Shane Bardwell, the junior tailback. Stand-up baseball player. He was coming off of a 100-yard plus performance last week against Snyder, but
yeah, he had a heck of a night.
So now a minute through the third quarter. It's 2nd and 6. Low snap, but handled okay. Pass out to the right side, flinging it to Carter Kennedy. Playmaker. Homestead could really use him to break something loose, but he only gets a few there. Goes out on the right side. It's 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 from the 23. 90 seconds gone by now here with the running clock in quarter 3. Two receivers on the near left side. 3 down linemen for Carroll. Snap, handoff, Bardwell, right side. Flags coming in from the backfield as Bardwell appears to have enough for the first down, but could this be holding?
Yeah, I think it's going to be face mask is what it looked like, but then again, yeah, first mask there.
On the defense.
Yeah. And 2 officials had their flags out, so it must have been a pretty evident face mask, and that's why the 15. And Homestead gets themselves a first down here.
During the play, personal foul, face mask on the defensive team. 15 yards from the end of the run, it'll be a first down.
Yeah, better late than ever for us to dial in here to the officials' mic and some crowd noise, so thanks for bearing with us. Earlier on.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird thing to have it that loud.
Well, missing the brains of the operation with Rump out tonight.
Yeah.
On 1st and 10 from the 42 now on their own side of the field. Homestead slinging it to the far right sideline. And a catch for Carter Kennedy. Medium pickup. And actually make that Liam Moore, another senior wideout. Similar builds. At 5'11", 170 pounds, and 6 feet, 170 pounds, respectively. Second and 5 at their own 47. 8:32 to go, third quarter, trailing by 35. Play action. Deep ball, right side of the field, incomplete.
Oh, nice play there.
Liam Moore streaking down the field. That was similar to a situation from the first half where Moore had enough speed to get by the defender, but deep down the field, ball just a little bit behind him.
Just a tad, but an excellent play there by the DB as he got his hands up there at the last second. I believe that was Alex Rice, if I'm not mistaken, 22. at the corner position. Did a nice job there.
Well, you wouldn't know by the score, but these teams tied for first in the SAC standings right now, both at 3-1. 2 of 5 teams atop the standings. 3rd and 5, a pass to the left side of the field is picked off. Interception, Carroll. They've already got 1 pick 6 tonight, and they could have another. Right side, cutting back inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Lincoln Grabner. Returning that one 70-plus yards down the field, and it's 41-0 Carroll.
Just an overthrown ball, and again, from the opposite hash is why he was able to return it, because he had a convoy in front of him. And that's the second pick 6 for the tonight for Carroll.
First one was returned about 20 yards. That one and taken back about 70 yards. Grabner catching his breath now on the sidelines. 6'2" junior defensive back. Not on the 2 deep. And, yeah, you wouldn't have guessed it here in this rivalry game, as the extra point is good for the primary place kicker, Corbin Dempsey, to make it 42-0. But this could be an opportunity for Carroll to tap into its depth now down the stretch. Break in the action with 6:43 left in quarter 3. 42-0. Carroll clobbering Homestead here on our Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Do you remember the good old days as a kid when you were sitting at home eagerly tearing open a pack of sports trading cards? Oh, the anticipation builds as you uncover rare rookie cards, autographed gems, and limited edition memorabilia. Well, not much has changed. Card collecting and trading is just as exciting as ever. Experience the thrill of opening a treasure trove of sports trading cards at Midwest Box Breaks, your ultimate destination for all things card related. And Midwest Box Breaks is based right here in Fort Wayne. Midwest Box Breaks. Value the customer. Respect the hobby. Midwest Box Breaks.
Now back to the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Carroll starting free safety Lincoln Grabner with a pick 6 for the Chargers, who are up 42-0 on the Homestead Spartans with 6:43 remaining in quarter number 3. Carroll about to kick it off now from the 40-yard line on the left side of the field here in this hot early October Friday night.
Yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy night here in first weekend of October.
Can't see, maybe it's behind us, perhaps a full moon.
Yeah.
It's a low line drive kick that bounces towards the 11-yard line, scooped up by the Spartans. And Braylon Wimes has room towards the far side of the field, out towards the 40. Went reversing fields there. Somewhat rare, productive play for Homestead in this game so far tonight on the kickoff return.
Yeah, it's something positive there happening for them, which is nice. And right now, Homestead is in utter shell shock, and I'm not sure what they can do to get back in this game this far behind.
Yeah, as blitz from outside of the huddle, or it, probably a he, but
yeah.
Used running clocks as a verb.
Yeah.
Carroll is running clocked Homestead, and the Spartans hand it off on first down, and a run towards the left side. There winds up being a flag on the play, and Homestead back it up once more.
During the play, we have holding on the offense. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We'll replay first down.
This is where you tell the officials to put their flags away with a 42-0 ball game.
Five minutes to go in the penultimate quarter. 42-0. All Carroll. Freed in the snap for the Spartans. Hands it off. Run right side. Another flag. Shannon, they didn't hear you. Run out towards the far side of the field for Tristan Sandifer.
Another holding penalty. Now it's going to be 1st and 30, I think.
Not how they drew it up.
During the play, we had holding on the offense. That's a 10-yard foul from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
Yeah, I would imagine at this point in time as well, Homestead and Coach Zolman are, kind of want to get out of here with the way it's been tonight, because nothing has gone right for these kids or the team coming off that huge win a week ago against Snyder.
Yeah, they gave Snyder their worst ever loss in a conference game, and without having the numbers in front of us right now, this could be the worst loss for Homestead in the SAC. On 1st and forever, it's a handoff. I feel pretty confident in saying this would be the worst loss for the Spartans since they joined the SAC about a decade ago. I don't know about going back to their old Northeast Hoosier Conference era, but you got to go way back probably.
Yeah, it's been a game that has been so lopsided tonight with what has happened. Because it's not for Homestead with the pick sixes and, of course, some of the penalties that's gotten called on them.
It's 42-0 Carroll. As Homestead has less than 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Moving right to left, handing it off. And on the right side, Shane Bardwell drags a defender for a few yards. It'll be 3rd and 20 from their own 30. Quick peek ahead. Next week, Homestead hosting Northside. Northside at 2-2 in the SAC. Entering tonight, they have a lead on Southside, so both teams could be 3-2 next week. It's the Carroll students right now chanting, "We can't hear you," across the way towards the Homestead students, who are understandably silent. 3rd and 20, throwing situation, flinging it to the near left side and out of reach for Brody Heck, whose name tonight kind of apt for Homestead. Wondering what the.
Yeah, here we go. Punt.
With 2 minutes to go in the third, 4th and 20. It is a fun rivalry between these two schools. And did you happen to catch the girls volleyball match that was played on this football field?
Yeah, that was a unique thing that they did, and I applaud them for doing it because it was a unique experience for those girls.
First in the state of Indiana, girls high school volleyball outdoors inside a football stadium. The punt is not fair caught, instead returned for a marginal pickup by Mason Bauman. The Carroll offense coming out here with less than 90 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the Chargers up 42-0.
Would it be interesting to see here, Van Pelt went out there late in that second quarter, and I have yet to see him come back. So that's something to keep an eye on with the Carroll Chargers as they run out for their first series here, and he is not on the field.
Yeah, and of course not to speculate, but understandably it could just be precautionary. And if he's not 100% here, no need to
made that great catch.
Force the issue in this game that's not really in doubt. Now, hopefully just a cramp. Handoff for Carroll.
He made that great catch, and he kind of came down awkwardly on that ankle.
For what it's worth, the Chargers here at this point also have their backup quarterback, Grayson Esquera, now under center. Transferred from Leo, senior, 5'10", 170 pounds. And with the handoff, that'll run out the clock here in the third quarter. 1 quarter to go here in Northwest Allen County, and it's Carroll crushing Homestead in this rivalry matchup, 42-0, as you're listening to the Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Hi, this is Pat Shank from Pella Windows and Doors. For more than 50 years, we've been right here in Fort Wayne, serving our neighbors with the same commitment we bring to supporting our local teams. When it comes to your home, experience matters. That's why families across northern Indiana trust us to protect what matters most. We're not just your local window professionals. We're dedicated to excellence in every installation. From energy-efficient windows to beautiful entry doors, Pella Windows and Doors, locally owned, community proud. Find us at PellaFortWayne.com or visit us at our showroom in Glenbrook Commons.
Do you remember the good old days as a kid when you were sitting at home, eagerly tearing open a pack of sports trading cards? Oh, the anticipation builds as you uncover rare rookie cards, autographed gems, and limited edition memorabilia. Well, not much has changed. Card collecting and trading is just as exciting as ever. Experience the thrill of opening a treasure trove of sports trading cards at Midwest Box Breaks, your ultimate destination for all things card related. And Midwest Box Breaks is based right here in Fort Wayne. Midwest Box Breaks. Value the customer. Respect the hobby. Midwest Box Breaks.
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Oh, geez. First play of the fourth quarter, Carroll already leading Homestead 42-0, and they have another big gainer. Backup quarterback Grayson Escara passing on the near left sideline, and it's hauled in by Mason Ballman, who takes it down inside the 10. And so the thrashing here continues with the running clock in the fourth quarter. And as Carroll, regardless of quarterback right now, having Sess in the air, we were just talking before the break about Jaden Van Pelt. Looks like he might be on crutches now on the sideline, but again, hoping that's just precautionary here, given the time and score. Handoff, touchdown, Chargers. Holden Huffman for 6, and it's 48-zip with 11 and ticking left. Open hole right up the middle, untouched.
I mean, again, it's just, you just shake your head with this stuff.
The victory bell there on the sideline chiming, and it's almost like a bell to stop the fight.
Yeah, really.
Extra point right down the middle for Corbin Dempsey. He's been perfect on 7 extra points. Stopping the clock with 10:30 to go. We'll step aside. It's the Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Running a business is challenging enough without the added stress of uncertain insurance coverage. That's where Hoopy Insurance Services, in partnership with Indiana Farmers Insurance, can help. We take the time to understand the specific needs of your business, allowing us to tailor a coverage plan that's just right for you. Contact us today at 260-486-7488 or visit us online at hupe-insurance.com. Your business deserves more than just insurance. It deserves peace of mind.
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. We return to the action.
What did he say?
7.
7, okay.
Surprisingly, one-sided game tonight at Carroll. The host Chargers clobbering the visiting Spartans from Homestead 49-0 running clock. 10:20 to go. And to sum up this night, the Homestead returner in the end zone just fell on his backside as the kickoff lands near the far side L. It winds up being a touchback regardless, but just in a snapshot right now, Homestead struggling to just literally stay on their feet.
Yeah.
They have been bludgeoned by Carroll here tonight. This out-of-the-norm scenario for this perennially strong Homestead program, and especially in this rival game situation. Funny enough, not so funny for a Homestead fan, head coach Chad Zolman, when he was talking with Wayne 15 previewing this game of the week in the SAC, he used the wording of it being a heavyweight fight.
Yeah. Well, they would have stopped.
It's been a knockout.
They would have stopped it there in the first half, or first quarter. But
it was 28-0 Carroll through the first quarter as Homestead here hands it off, and nothing doing, no gain. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, at this time you don't want to get anybody hurt, so you're better off bringing in as many young guys as possible. Homestead just seems to be playing their first unit and keeping them on the field.
Pitch over onto the right side. And it's Braylon Wimes sprinting towards the near right sideline. Under 9 to go in the game. Gain of 5. It's 3rd and 5 from the 25. Homestead offense looking towards the far sideline for a play call. No huddle. 2 receivers each side. And in the backfield to the left. The quarterback, still the starter, Logan Frieden, who snaps one towards the 30-yard line. Just enough for a first down. As the catch made by Carter Kennedy, who's had a good number of receptions, but credit the Carroll defense for containing him and not letting up any big plays.
Well, yeah, they've contained him all pretty well tonight. And that gives a credit to the defense for this Carroll Charger unit, which has been solid for them all year long. And offensively, breaking in a new starting quarterback after Jimmy Sullivan had been here for 3 years. Freisinger's gotten better and better every week. And this Carroll Charger's peaking at the right time.
Fresh set of downs, and it's a quick pass to Kennedy, a screen on the far side of the field. As he zooms across the 40, another first down catch. Yeah, this perhaps makes you reconsider what the ceiling could be for Carroll the rest of the way.
Well, I think the question coming into the year was going to be who's replacing Jimmy Sullivan, because that was such a big position to replace, and they've done it. And this Freisinger kid is really good. And he's been impressive to me all year.
Yeah, getting better here. Down in the second half of the calendar for this season. Homestead running it on 1st and 10, gain of 3.
That's kind of hard to believe. We've got, 2 more weeks of the regular season?
It's extra hard to believe when we're sweating it out here.
Well, yeah,
in terms of it being plus 70 here, even with the night sky. Everyone wearing shorts and T-shirts pretty much. Some even sleeveless. Handoff left side, and it's Carter, or rather for Homestead there, it's Tristan Sandifer wiggling his way forward near midfield and plus territory. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the Carroll 49. Ball spotted left hash. Carroll now, Homestead now with the next quarterback option and Caleb Tarango in. And it's a handoff to Sandifer once more on the left side. Picks up the first down and a few more out of bounds left sideline. With the running clock, we're down to 5:45 to go in this game. Carroll, the commanding 49-0 advantage.
Yeah, and we're going to be done so quick tonight that Dude and Adam are going to have to figure out how to call the post game, because there'll still be games playing.
On 1st and 10 for Homestead, it's a run right side this time for Sandifer, who's angled out across the 40. But yes, coming up after this, it will be the Kester's post-game show. It'll be live at the Pine Valley Pizza Hut all the way up until 11 o'clock. So it does appear that we'll get a 90-plus minute edition. Appreciate Duke pinch hitting tonight post-game. Under 5 left here. It's 1st and 10 for Homestead. Jet sweep towards the left side. Carter Wilburn, a wide receiver with the carry. Gains for Homestead up towards the Carroll 33-yard line. 4:28 to go. It's 49-0 Carroll.
North side and south side in a dogfight. 14-13 with 4:39 left in the third.
How about that? Run right side. And diving forward past the 30-yard line. Homestead handoff to Braden Wimes. North now up 21-13 with about a minute to go in the third. Final 4 minutes at Carroll tonight. Can Homestead get on the board? Bit of a palate cleanser. Another different ball carrier for the Spartans as this handoff goes to Alexander Hand. 5'11" junior.
Tackle by Shy. First down, Homestead.
Run up to the 22, good enough for a first where he was tackled. So 1st and 10 for Homestead at the Carroll 22. Playing for pride. Handoff near the left hash. Gain of a yard or two. It'll be 2nd and long with 3 minutes left. You know what game you and Brett are going to next week?
Well, probably going to be back here with Northrop hanging on right now and have that game, as it will be a key game in the Summit Athletic Conference, as we'll see what happens with Lewis and Dwenger later.
Handoff Sandifer left side. Gets through several defenders and scampers inside the 10. Tackled near the 5. So Homestead sniffing the end zone for the first time in the second half. Remember, early on in this game, when they were only down a couple scores, they were driving, or a few scores, they were driving and threw an interception in the end zone. And looking back at it, that was kind of the dagger moment already. Handoff with about 2 minutes left in the game. And forward progress stopped after a marginal gain, but down inside the 5 with under 2 minutes left.
This is play number 15, the longest drive by either team tonight. And it's probably going to consume the clock.
Shannon counting on his fingers. He's got a shoe off now. Here comes the other. 2nd and 3, handoff right side, and a major hit from the Carroll defense. Trying to preserve the shutout. Jacob Schlotterbeck step it up from the secondary with a hammer. 3rd and goal from the 2 now for Homestead with 70 seconds to go. Gotta respect the pride here of some of the non-starters on defense for Carroll. Trouble with the snap. Homestead has to just fall on it at around the 4-yard line. And so this is really the last chance, barring a flag, for the Spartans to try to score with now 50 seconds to go on the running clock. A surprising score here tonight at Carroll, where they're stomping on the bleachers. On 4th and goal, slants across the middle, incomplete, dropped. And that's going to be it. Yeah, clock does stop with 26 seconds for the change of possession, but now it starts to roll again. And so the players come out onto the field to shake hands. Here, even in rivalry week, sportsmanship of the utmost consideration. But as the seconds come off the clock, final score, Carroll 49, Homestead nothing. A dominant rivalry week win for the Chargers. And they now improve to 4-1 and stay in a tie atop the SAC standings, while Homestead in the conference falls to 3-2.
Yeah, completely opposite for Homestead this week after their dominant win against Snyder, who right now is losing 28-7 at the end of the third to the Northrop Bruins. So next week here at Carroll will be another elimination game between Carroll and Northrop to see who can stay in this Summit Athletic Conference race. Dwenger was up, last I heard, 14-7 at halftime. So, yeah, this is a this is a tough one for Homestead to swallow, because I guarantee you they thought they were going to play a lot better than they did tonight. But I'm not sure anybody would have beat this Carroll team tonight the way they came out of the gates. They were physical. They were flying around. Freisinger was on the money from the get-go, and it was just an onslaught of big plays and turnovers and pick sixes, and that's kind of the way the game went for Homestead.
Yeah, again, Coach Dinan had said he thought their first couple of weeks non-conference losses against tough competition from Central Indiana and really helped to teach them some lessons that had made them a more physical team, and they had good preparation coming in. And, first thing he said as an objective was to control the line, and did that both ways.
Yeah, and of course they don't escape unscathed tonight with the uncertainty of Van Pelt right now, who's now on crutches after making a miraculous grab that he kind of came down awkwardly on his right. I believe it was his right foot at the time. So hopefully, like you said, this is just a precautionary thing tonight, and he'll be able to get himself back in and roll into next week.
Yeah, definitely hope for the best for everyone who had to exit this game at different points due to injury. And, to be reminding you of with Homestead, too. I mean, they've had several significant injuries to key players, including at the quarterback position.
Yeah, they lost White at the beginning of the year at the end of the first quarter there against India, down there in Indy. And I tell you, the Frieden kid has come in a tough situation, has played pretty darn well. But unfortunately tonight it wasn't a great opportunity for him.
Yeah, this is one, though, where, you dissect the film and you could maybe point out a few plays that really drastically changed the game. The first pick six.
That right there kind of showed the how the night was going to go.
Yeah, so again, final score here tonight, 49-0, Carroll over Homestead. Take a timeout. We can come back and recap things a little bit more here, give you a summary of the scoring, and then ultimately we will have our continuing post-game coverage at the Kester's post-game show live at the Pine Valley Pizza. But we'll come back here to Carroll High School after this, following the Chargers' 49-0 victory over their rival Homestead on our Midwest Box Breaks Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Podcasts by Federated Media.